When I was in high school, playing rock guitar was for boys, not girls. Slater Kinney, Bikini Kill, and the Riot Girl movement were non existent. The boys commanded the stage, the girls, bar stools. Everyone knew girls couldn't play, yet the wild abandon of the music, the suspension in another universe, the rebellious defiance still seduced me like a hot lover. I got a guitar I could hardly play. My girlfriends and I formed a garage band, in our case, a living room band. We were the perfect ensemble of guitar, bass, keyboards, and drums. A neighborhood boy band invited us to a jam session. I was so excited until I got there. Amid the deafening distortion of a bad version of A Whole Lot of Love, the guitarist cranked his Marshall amp up to the max and spilled his Jimmy Page licks all over me. I could barely hear myself, never mind fire off any competing licks. It did not matter. All I could squeeze out of my red Fender Stratocaster guitar were bar chords anyway. On the way home, my mother's words clanged in my ears. "You're deaf with crooked hands." Indeed, the goddess of music did not favor me. Flash forward to CBGB 6 years later, where I went on a date with an attorney my mother was novena-ing every saint, Jesus, Mary, for me to marry. For him, it was a lark, a night when he could let loose by shedding his professional demeanor. Act the fool. He achieved his goal. Standing at the bar, he looked ridiculous in tails and top hat that he wore to look hip among the pink hair, torn shirts, and pierced lips. I didn't fare much better standing there sipping a seltzer. I feared an uninvited splash from the obligatory beer slugging going on around me might ruin my haute couture, lavender-flowered, flowing chiffon dress. Just then, a band of skinny women with attitude took the stage. They played their hearts out with only bar chords. At that moment, the rock and roll dreams that were buried deep inside me awakened, radiating to the tips of my fingers and toes, fired up, my senses blurred in a whirlwind of heat. Wow, I could do that. No wonder why a few years before I was bored stiff at that jazz fusion, John McLaughlin, Mahavishnu, orchestra concert, all those notes, the ultimate bombardment of tedium. After that night on the Bowery, I saw my lawyer a few more times, met his parents for dinner at a fancy French restaurant, then he disappeared. I was free. Despite a tin ear, hardly any natural inclination, and a secret desire to be a writer, I took guitar lessons. Not for fun, but with a view to a career in rock and roll. Luckily, I fell in love with a singer-poet who became my collaborator. Our duo, Run Girl Run, had a record produced by Mark Kamens of Madonna fame. Angel and the Drunken Gods and Presence of Mind, our bands played CBGBs weekly. Almost we got there, but no cigar. And oh yeah, with 10,000 hours of practice, I mastered the guitar.